Hey, what's up there out there in internet land? This is Bill over at Whole Life Soaps, and I am again trying my hand at the old Sculpted Soap. You know, the last time I tried this, I tried a pretty complicated design. Although the end product was cool, it wasn't what I intended, so I wanted to simplify it, make sure I can actually understand how to do it. So I made myself a little cardboard cutout. I put these little jagged teeth in it. I thought, you know, that's simple enough. Triangles, and what I've done is I've made like this coconut soap. This is 100% coconut oil. I super fatted it at 20% so it doesn't dry the skin out. It actually makes for a pretty nice moisturizing bar, to be quite honest. But the white layer that's on the bottom is scented with island coconut from Brambleberry, and then the top is a combination of lemon and orange and grapefruit essential oil. So it's going to be kind of a citrus coconut. But what I want to do is slice this soap up and see how successful or unsuccessful my attempt at sculpting a soap was. So let me just get my wires cleaned up just a little bit. We've been cutting soap all day. Made a pine tar soap, getting that off of there. So let's see how this turned out. Okay, so here's a cut piece. And as you can see, you've got that jagged look to it, and that's done intentionally. I cut that out with the cardboard, and that just allows you to add more complicated designs to the soap. It smells really good too. So when I get done cutting this soap, I'm going to go over it all. This is my soap shaver. This is it's got a little planer on it right here. And that way I can just take a little off the sides. I'll probably let it dry a little bit before I do this because the soap is still really soft. But I always like to shave the sides, the top, and the bottom so that those rough edges from my molding paper come off for the most part. And then you have a nice, beautiful bar of soap. And then this particular one also has an edger, which allows you to take the rough edges off the square. And that way it's more comfortable in your hand when you're using it in the shower. When you turn the soap around, you're not catching those sharp edges of the soap. So now it no longer has that hard look to it. You know, it's got the nice beveled edges. I don't usually worry about the side parts on the corners, but makes for a pretty bar, you know. Looks a lot nicer than if I just leave it, you know, au natural from the mold. This particular soap planer is from Lyland Soap Tools. And I was hoping I could go to the Handmade Soap and Cosmetic Guild's soap conference this year, but I'm not going to be able to make it. Just too many expenses here, so we're not going to make it. But maybe next year. But this is a great little tool. They run for about 100, 105, I think. And you've got a planer, and then you've also got an edger here on the side. This one is their 3mm one, and it makes a really just nice, simple edge on the soap. I've also got a new one that I'm going to try out today as well. Well, I'll try it on some test bars. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole batch of it, but this one is all one piece. It's all plexiglass, no blades. They market it as no blades to rust, but it's from Custom Soap Stamps, and they're also on Etsy. So I'm looking forward to trying that and seeing how it turns out. But you know, let me put a few of these out so that you can see them at home. Hopefully they show up in the camera frame. But they are really nice. And since they're my coconut soap, they'll probably be a pretty good hit. So let's just shave the rest of these up. like just because you get some end cuts that I can sell. I sell these at a discount, obviously, because they're not a full-size bar soap, but you know, if they look big enough, I give them to the people, man, you know. So that is what I do. That way people who can't always, you know, people that like to complain about a full-size bar soap and the price of it, because they don't understand what goes into a handmade product, they can get a little sample that way and see why our soap is worth the price of admission, you know. A lot of people tell me that my soap is some of the best that they've ever had, and I appreciate that. I know there's a lot of good soap makers here in California, you know, but I happen to think we are the best. Maybe not, maybe we're not the most design oriented, because we do make practical soap for practical people. You know, we don't necessarily make works of art all the time, but that is an important aspect of the soap business. But I like to think we make the best soap that you can get for just everyday use, you know. And we make them pretty, and we make them consistent as well. Get through these. You know, it's like, I love to go to conferences and see how to do things from other professionals, but since I don't get to go that often, I look it up on the internet and I see how people do it and I try to figure it out on my own. I do teach high school too, and I think that helps me because I know how to teach, and so I can teach myself, figure stuff out. I'm an English teacher, not a chemistry teacher, which surprises a lot of people. But you know, I love what I do. Our soap business is a full-time business, so I do that on top of a full-time job. It's a passion business for me. I really enjoy it. I've been artistic my whole life with music and writing, and so this is a way for me to continue to express my creativity and maybe make a little bit of money, you know. Let me adjust this one here. I love when soap is fresh and it just cuts so easy. Coconut soap can be a little on the oily side when you first unmold it, but you know, when you super fat it at 20%, you're preserving all that coconut milk fat, all those medium and long chain triglycerides that make coconut oil such a wonderful ingredient for so many things. It's where they get all the MCT oil from. It's where you get a lot of your health additives from. It's a great product. Anyway, I got some planing to do, ladies and gentlemen. But this is Bill over at Whole Life Soaps. This is our latest attempt at a sculpted soap. I think it turned out pretty well. If you want to buy these, they'll be available probably in about, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, possibly 4. They've been sitting in the mold for a couple of weeks already. But we'll get them out to you as soon as we can. So, see you guys. Oh, and by the way, I do write for Making Soap magazine. I'm their potpourri columnist. So if you do subscribe to that magazine or check them out online, I'm always in there offering business advice, how to run a soap business. I mean, I do have a store. We are profitable. And I know that's unheard of in this day and age, and we are in a mountain town too, so it's even harder being in a kind of off the beaten path location. But you know, we love what we do, and we are a full-time soap operation, and we're making it happen. So thanks for being supportive. Please go to our Patreon account, patreon.com/whole life soaps. Become a patron today. You can become a patron for as little as $5 a month. You'll support great content. You'll help keep our soap business going. You know, allows us to hire people, provide jobs, all that stuff. So thank you very much. Have a good day. WholeLifeSoaps.com as well. Buy our soap.